Hey everyone, I'm back with a video. It's been 5 months since my last video, but to be fair, I did say in my last video that I see y'all in a few months. My last video was in June, and I had just been medically approved to be a surrogate again, and I was so excited. And I have so much to update you guys on. So much has happened since then. Today is November 2nd, by the way, whether you're watching this November 2nd or another day. I have so much to update you guys on since my last video. So please keep watching. This may be a lengthy video. There's so much editing to do. So if this turns out to be a long video, pause it, go get you some popcorn, some snacks, you know what I'm saying, and come back and watch me. So let's get into this video, y'all. Okay, so again, today is November 2nd, 2022. And don't mind me if I look down, I had to take notes to remember the dates of every milestone, every step. So my last video, I talked about that I had just been medically approved. I sent over my medical records to the agency to see if, based on my last experience, can I do it again? And sure enough, they said, yeah, you can, girl. So the next step after that was a medical screening. So I flew out to Newport, California, and I got my medical screening. Medical screenings consist of blood work and a look at your uterus to see, if it's in good health. Everything checked out. Maybe like 2 weeks later, I was medically cleared officially to do another surrogacy. We started contracts a few days after that, and the final contract was signed August 12th. And after contracts, you start meds. So I started my meds September 1st, and I am it's the same protocol as last journey, which is estrogen and progesterone injections. It was med draw, baby aspirin, like prenatals, all that. Same exact one. If you guys watch my first journey, you may remember my med protocol. I was on meds. I had 3 baseline appointments that consist of them taking blood work and looking at your uterine lining to make sure you're ready for transfer. So I had 3 baseline appointments, and sure enough, my levels were good. My uterine lining was thick, and they scheduled transfer for October 5th. So I flew out to Newport Beach, California the 4th, and we got settled in, hung out. My appointment was the 5th of October that morning. Well, I think 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. And it went well. I'll probably insert a clip. So after that, I was put on bed rest for 2.5 days. Yeah, I didn't fly out to the 7th. So they just basically tell you, just take it easy, rest, no heavy lifting, no going up and down stairs, just nothing crazy, just lay down, go to the bathroom, that's it. You can sit up, eat snacks, or whatever. But after that was what we called the 2-week wait. So we waited 2 weeks before we took a blood beta test, which is when they check your HCG levels. However, I did end up home tested, which I knew I would. And I got my first faint positive at 4 days post-transfer. So it was very, very faint, could barely see it. I think my first set of tests were the CVS brand that looks just like First Response, but it's CVS brand. And then I bought some actual First Response. Now, I will say that I tested pretty much every day or twice a day sometimes. And I had a little scare because I don't know if it's because CVS brand is cheap, but I had a line that was a little lighter than a previous test. So I was scared because if your line is getting lighter, that means that you're not pregnant, or like, you know. So in surrogacy or IVF in general, there are things that can happen where your body will pick up HCG, but it's possible you can't be pregnant, or like a molar pregnancy, a blighted ovum, I think I'm pronouncing that right, ectopic pregnancy. So there's situations where your body can produce HCG and you aren't pregnant. So, or if you get a positive line and it gets lighter, sometimes that means miscarriage. So in IVF, it's just very scary because you don't know anything. Like you can't like be too excited or too like sure until your blood tests and your ultrasounds, because everything is it's scary. So my tests were getting better, they were getting darker. My first blood test, my first beta, I was October 17th, and my number was 585. And I had another one within 48 hours. HCG is supposed to, at minimum, double within 48 hours. So my number went from 585 to 2,494, which, if you do the math, that means it quadrupled. So that my first journey, that didn't happen to me. Like my numbers didn't quadruple, and I'm like, oh my God, am I having twins? Like, why is my number this high? And like, I told my intended parent, he's like, oh my God, you know, we're both researching, we're both probably Googling, and why is this number high? And so in some cases, HCG can be high because of chromosome abnormalities. In this situation, that was not possible because his embryos were tested, and it's only, you know, the top, he had 8 embryos and altogether, but the top 8, like the best graded ones, were the ones that made it and survived and everything, that were kept. So we knew that these high numbers were not caused from anything like that. So we're both, again, just messaging back and forth, is it twins, and then I read that, because this is a girl, I don't know if you guys remember, I mentioned in the last video, transferred a girl this time. I read that sometimes girls can just release higher HCG than boys. I don't know why, but that's what I read. I don't know how much science is behind that, but again, it's just what I read. I did go back into my chart, medical records, and I looked at my HCG with Zanae, and at 4 weeks and 6 days, I was like at 8,000 HCG level. So again, I was just, you know, when you're pregnant with your own child, you're not as heavily monitored unless you're having complications. As with IVF, they really want to monitor the growth of the baby and your numbers and all that. So I only had that one number to go by with Zanae. So I couldn't tell if that was considered normal or high. Like, I don't know. Numbers sometimes usually can tell where you're at gestationally. So my number at the time, like the 585, I think put me at 5 weeks or something, which was impossible because I was in my 4th week. So we were like, well, did baby just grow really fast? Like, so we were like, it's either because I'm having twins, or because of the fact that it's a girl, or she just grew really fast. So we couldn't tell until my first ultrasound. And my first ultrasound was today, November 2nd. And I did, when I suspected that there was a possibility that I could be carrying twins, I did post on some of my social medias, like, my numbers are high, could mean twins. And like, everybody was just like, oh my God, oh my God. So I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing until I know for sure, and then I'm just gonna say it in a YouTube video. So drum roll, please. Oh, that's a terrible drum roll. But I have an ultrasound today. The heart rate was 127 for a singleton, which means one baby. Yes, baby girl did not split and turn into a twin. So despite my high numbers, she is all alone in there. So if you're watching this and you are IVF patient or a surrogate, I say IVF patient because not all IVF patients are surrogates. Sometimes women do IVF on themselves. And I do get a few viewers who are self-IVF patients. So if you are IVF patients and you get high betas, don't be worried that it's twins, because it's a possibility that it's not. And I even like compare my betas to surrogates that I knew was carrying twins. Like, oh my God, my number is the same or it's higher or da da da. Like, I was psyching myself out, y'all. Like, I was just really like scared. Like, I kind of was curious to like what it'd be like for me to carry twins, but at the same time I was scared because if you know me, you know I'm tiny, like I'm skinny, I'm 5'5" and 120 pounds. Like, I was just scared for my health and my little body. So part of me was kind of like curious, kind of hoping. But same with my attendant parent, because he wants 3 children in total. He was like, well, if it's twins, then I can get these 2 out the way. So we're like relieved but kind of disappointed, like so it would have been interesting, but no, I'm not carrying twins, y'all. I think that's pretty much all that I have to update. Well, I don't really want to make this long. I'm going to insert clips and videos of medical screening and transfer. I don't have the ultrasound picture. They didn't have a printer there at where I went. She said she'll just upload it on my chart. But yeah, I am 6 weeks and 0 days, so I'm exactly at 6 weeks pregnant. Symptoms wise, I get nauseous at 4 p.m. every day. Like, every day. It just never fails. I haven't thrown up, but I just get really nauseous at 4 p.m. I don't know what's significant about 4 p.m. I don't know why. But I feel like this happened my last pregnancy. Like, I really feel like my morning sickness is never morning sickness. It's always later in the day that I feel sick. With none of my pregnancies, I threw up. Well, with Zanae, I threw up in my second trimester. I ate some canned fruit and it came right back up. With both, I threw up during labor. But my pregnancies tend to be easy. First trimesters be easy, other than the nauseousness and the fatigue of just like tired. Like, but other than that, I feel great. I feel great. Like, I'm hoping that the rest of this pregnancy is smooth. I'm hoping to give birth to a beautiful, healthy baby girl for my attendant parent. I do want to mention, because some people have asked me, which I mentioned in the first video, this is for the same parent. We agreed in the beginning, agreed to open communication, so I can be a part of babies' lives. I've been getting pictures and videos of my first surrogate baby, Adam, this whole time. And he's doing great. He is 1 now. So my last post was June. So he turned 1 July 25th. Trying to think what else happened since then. My daughter turned 6. She started 1st grade. What else happened since my last video? I turned 29 last Friday, October 28th. So I am 29 now. I think that's it that I have to update you guys on with surrogacy and my life. Yeah, guys, that's all I have. I don't know what my next upload will be. It'll probably be when I get to my second trimester and I just do a review of my first trimester. Just hoping and praying that baby girl continues to grow. I do have another ultrasound in 2 weeks. again, IVF babies are heavily monitored. So I know people are like, why you get so many tests and so many ultrasounds? Because like you have to monitor the growth of babies that are conceived through IVF, or So thank you guys for watching. I was trying not to make this too long. There will be clips and videos at the end of this. So if you guys, for those who was like hoping I was carrying twins, I'm sorry to disappoint. But for the sake of my health and my body, that I'm glad that I don't have to deal with that. So I love you guys for watching, for being patient with me through this upload. My appointment was supposed to be at 10 in the morning. It turned out to be 3:30. I wanted to get my hair done. I wanted to do my makeup for this video. So this video is coming out late. Not that I planned. I didn't want to wait till tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Please follow my surrogate Instagram. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please don't be shy. I'm here to educate. I want to educate, whether you are interested in surrogacy, whether you struggle with infertility and you're thinking about IVF, or you know someone struggling with infertility, thinking about IVF, whatever the case may be. I'm an open book, guys. As a woman of color, I wanted to share my experience, because when I first looked into surrogacy, I didn't see a lot of people like me. So I just want to be one of the faces and voices of surrogacy in the black community. So I hope you guys enjoy my video, and again, subscribe, hit that bell so that when the next video come out, you know about it. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to keep you here for about 20 minutes.